Alexa TV presents in 3, 2, 1. Dateline Schools with your host, Terry Harrington.
All this week on Dateline Schools, we're visiting the Port Huron Museum and learning about some of the great summer learning opportunities that it offers throughout the area. And to tell us all about it, my special guest is Susan Bennett, the Executive Director here at the Port Huron Museum. And Susan, I think another kind of one of the crowning jewels, and you have several of those in the museum, is the Thomas Edison Depot. What's going on here this summer?
Isn't that something? That depot is a very special place, and a lot of people that live here have no idea of its significance. But it actually was the depot where Thomas Edison worked. And he worked on the Port Huron to Detroit Railroad. And in that depot, he printed a daily newspaper, and that's how he got started. And we actually have that printing press. He ran it every day. He peddled candy, gum, coffee, and the paper. So it's an interesting place. It is the original depot. It's 160 plus years old. It sits there on the river on an active track. And you can look back at images from the early part of the century and then into the 60s and 70s when some of us remember Peerless Cement. And when you see those aerials, there sits that little tiny depot, and it has survived all of that. And in the meantime, it's become a mecca for those who are interested in Thomas Edison. We have some very unique artifacts that were his and from his various other locations, even Menlo Park, we've got on loan here to tell the whole story of Thomas Edison in Port Huron.
How many people visit that, and has the building of the convention center added to the crowds that go there?
It really has added to the crowds, and I mentioned earlier about the light ship. We've seen a little bit of an uptick for people that want to use that for social events, because that deck to the south is really one of the. We've got all the best places to see everything, but it really is an extraordinary location and something a little different for people who have come to town. And it's right across a parking lot. So where we might have anticipated a little trouble, since it was only 23 feet off our eaves to the edge of the convention center, it's really been a big plus for the business.
And what are the hours for the Thomas Edison Depot?
The Thomas Edison Depot is open 7 days from 10 to 5.
We'll be back with more tomorrow. For Dateline Schools, I'm Terry Harrington.